Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. My name is Oscar. I'm an ICT facilitator. In this video, we are going to discuss about databases, access levels, and users. Stay together with us from the beginning of this video to the end and don't miss anything. Let's get started. What are database access levels? So there are three types of database access levels, including internal level, conceptual level, and external level. So what is internal level? Internal level describes the complete details of data storage and the access paths for database. So remember that a database is a file which is a set of related tables to which data is organized into. So there is a computer storage device storing this file. So internal level consists of database physical storage device structure. The second is the conceptual level, which describes the structure of database, including database tables, database data types, relationship, constraints, and so on. So conceptual level describes the structure of the whole database for a community users. And the last database access level is external level. So at this level, the users are interacting with database. That's the reason why they say that external level is closest to the users. So this level consists of many different views accessed by database users. Now, let's discuss about database users. There are three types of database users, including database administrators, database designers, and database end users. So what are the responsibilities of database administrators? These database users are responsible for authorizing access to the database. So they have ability to grant or revoke privileges, database users privileges, and also database administrators coordinate and monitor the use of databases. They should also acquire software and hardware resources. The second category of database users contains database designers. These are the users who are responsible to define the content, the structure, as well as the functions of a database. And the last category of database users includes end users. These are the users who access data stored into a database to use it for different reasons or purposes. Let's talk about data independence, which is one of the main characteristics of database management system. So, as we saw in the previous video, data independence consists of the ability of a database to modify data or information stored into a database without modifying the application codes used to access that database. So we understand that any modifications occurring within a database do not affect the programs connected to the database itself. So there are two types of data independence, including logical data independence and physical data independence. So what is logical data independence? Remember that a database has what we call a conceptual level, having also a conceptual schema. So when there is any kind of modification within the database structure which does not affect the change into application program connected to a database, we say that there is logical data independence. And what about physical data independence? It's about modification or changes within a database storage device which will not affect the application or just the programs. Codes to not be also changed. So it's the ability to modify internal schema without having to change the conceptual schema. Now let's talk about relational model of a database. Remember that a database stores or keeps information into related tables. So in this concept, relational model is a model which uses relations to represent a database, and a relation is nothing but a table. A relation, this concept is like a table. So let's discuss about relational model concepts used in database management system. So there is what we call an entity. An entity is a real world object or just everything to which a company should keep information about it. So in this concept, at this model, entity becomes a table or a relation. And in the database management system, every relation must have a primary key. A primary key is like a column or a group of columns which uniquely identify each record. So the primary key is used for identification. One table record to the two other records. There is also what we call a foreign key, which is a primary key, or just it's a column in a table that refers to the primary key of another table. And also, you have to keep in mind that apart from foreign keys and the primary keys, there are also alternate keys. So alternate keys are other columns or just attributes which are not primary keys. And what is a table? A table is a set of rows and the columns to form the cells where data will be entered. So in this concept, a table is like a relation. And what about the attribute? Attribute is the same as a column of a table, a field of table. So attribute is a column of a table. So what is a tuple? A tuple is a single row of a table which contains single record. So record is the same as row of a table. So the values stored within a row, a table row, or just a record is known as a tuple. And here is what we call a degree. A degree is the total number of attributes or just a total number of table columns or fields. So that is what we call degree. And there is also what we call cardinality, which is the total number of rows or records present in a table. And what about a column? As I have told you, a column is the same as field or attribute. So every table must have the columns and also the rows. So a columns, you should define a column as a set of vertical cells of a table. So thank you for watching my video. If you find it helpful, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.